It's Morning Becomes Eclectic at KCRW. We're at the Latin Alternative Music Conference in New York City, and our guest in studio this morning is Ximena Sariñana. Once again, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Maybe I could get you to introduce the musicians in the studio with you this morning. Introduce the band.
Yeah, well, we have Mark in keyboard, and the piano, and the Wurlitzer, pretty much. Then we have Hernan Hedge in the drums. And then we have, in the guitar, we have Demian Galvez, and then we have Gavin Fallow on the upright bass.
Well, thanks again to everybody for coming in this morning. Let's catch up a little bit, Ximena. You know, I've only heard your songs in the last couple of months. I don't really know too much about you apart from the songs, really, and the fact that you're from Mexico. Mexico City is where you live. Is that where you were born?
No, I was born in Guadalajara.
Okay, so what?
A nearby city.
When did you start getting into music? Was the music around the house?
Yeah, well, my parents really like to hear tons of all kinds of music, from jazz till Tracy Chapman, Paul Simon, and like classical music also. And I loved music ever since the beginning, and I decided to study music when I was 15, more or less, and that's when I started formally.
Now, you're also an actor or actress. I don't know what you're supposed to say these days, but you act.
Yes, I act.
As well. So how do you do both of those things at the same time, or do you have to sort of block out time?
Yeah, well, right now it's been pretty recent that I've been with barely enough time to do anything other than music, but before it would just be blocking time. The good thing about acting is that I specialized in films, and films take usually around... In Mexico City, they take around 6 weeks to shoot, so it's just 6 weeks out of a year. So there's really no problem to block out just 6 weeks for a film.
When did you start recording, and what was the first instrument that you play, by the way?
My first instrument, and the one that I still write on, is piano.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you start writing? You say you still write on piano. When did you start writing your own songs?
Well, I started writing, I think, when I was around 14, 15, more or less. That's when I really got into singer-songwriters, and I really wanted to be like them. So I just started playing piano and started writing my own songs. But I stopped writing for a long time. Stopped writing as a soloist. I formed a band when I was 17 till I was 21 or 22. And we wrote all together, and I would focus mostly on lyrics and melody. And it was not until when I turned 20 that I decided that I wanted to start writing all by myself again. And so I did, and out came these songs that are now in the album.
So basically, that was the moment when you started writing the songs that are on this CD?
Yeah.
Where and when did you record them?
Well, I recorded in Argentina last summer. Argentina and Uruguay, and we mixed here in New York, and we mastered here in New York. Why
did you record in those places?
Well, because in Argentina, both of my producers lived in Argentina and in Uruguay. Tweety Gonzalez is the producer of most of the album, and he's from Argentina, and he lives in Argentina. Plus, I love Argentina, so it was really no problem for me to go and spend some time there. And Juan Campodónico, who's the other main producer of the album, he lives in Uruguay. So
now there's I guess buzz is one of the words you could use, but there's a lot of attention around this record right now, which is kind of nice. And I was just reading some stuff about how people are, you've got 1 million visits to your MySpace page and all this kind of stuff. Is this kind of unexpected to get this kind of attention for this first solo album?
Well, it is unexpected, especially because I try and I really like not to think about it that much. So I basically just concentrate on the music. But it is really surprising the amount of people that have bought the CD, and the amount of people that go to my MySpace every day. It's really rewarding and exciting. And
I'm guessing so far, obviously, a lot of the success has been in Mexico and in South America because the album's been released there, right? But it's coming out in the States next week.
Yeah, it comes out in the States on July the 15th, and I really hope we do well there.
What inspires you in your songs? What do you write about?
Well, this album in particular, I was so scared of writing songs, and I was maybe so scared of myself that this album is completely about myself. And it's just like this search for being as honest as I can be. So this album pretty much talks about my personal experiences, my past, my reflections about the past, and that's basically it.
Okay, well, listen, I'm really glad that you guys came in this morning to the studios here at Sound Generation in New York. Of course, we're going around the world on the web, but our main broadcast area, of course, is Southern California in Los Angeles, so everybody's getting to hear you out there this morning. And I'll throw it back to you for our second set. We've got to keep an eye on time here. I know you have 4 songs. I have a feeling we might get 3 in, because I want to come back before the top of the hour and do a giveaway. We'll get you to sign some copies of the CD. Actually, I think you already did that. So
okay,
I'll throw it back to you. We'll keep an eye on time. And our second set coming up on Morning Becomes Eclectic is from Ximena Sariñana.
Okay, so the first song we're gonna do is called Normal. La soledad es un paso firme que no he podido obligarme a dar. El corazón no tiene remedio, con la vejez deja de funcionar. Oh, y qué felicidad hacerte la cena, y qué seguridad saber que me esperas, y el tiempo pasará, el sol se apagará, y todo lo que sentí se fue normal. Todo el amor es desasosiego de lo que termina por desaparecer. Ay, todo lo que me dijiste a medias son el lenguaje que no aprenderé. Ay, qué felicidad llenarte la taza, y qué seguridad tenerte en la casa, y el tiempo pasará, el sol se apagará, y todo lo que sentiste fue normal. Hacerte la cena, y qué seguridad saber que me esperas, y qué tranquilidad de siempre felices, y qué facilidad creer lo que dices, y el tiempo pasará, el sol se apagará, y todo lo que sentiste